Welcome to Fabric Monday. Today I'll be talking about creating the new Maps object using KQL queries. The new Maps object allows us to represent geographic information, but it can be used with many different sources. KQL is one of the sources. What other data sources we can use with the Map object? We can use KQL Querysets. This is interesting. I'll talk more about the Querysets. We can use GeoJSON files in Lakehouse, and you can use PM tile files in Lakehouse. The source for a map object can be an eventhouse or the files in a Lakehouse, either one or the other. In this video I'll show only the eventhouse example. The other ones we'll see in other videos. Here I have my Power BI environment. The first thing I need to do to use map objects is to enable the map objects in the Power BI Tenant admin portal. I need to go to the admin portal here. On the tenant options, I look for map. The main one I need to enable is the users can create maps, this one. As always, we have the option to enable for the entire organization or specific groups. Besides this option, I may need to enable the options to use Azure Map Services. Why? If my tenant is located in US or EU, I don't need to. But if my tenant is located in any other locations, the map will only work if the Azure Map Service is enabled. And in this case, it may be needed that I also enable the data to be sent to different geographical regions. The Azure Map Services may be located in a different geographical regions and need this setting enabled to process my information. Now I have the map object enabled. Here I'm in my Lakehouse. In this Lakehouse I have a table called Boston. This Boston table has the Boston security data about security requests in Boston. In this way we can use the map to see in the Boston map where these security requests happen. This Boston data is from the Azure Open Datasets. You can download it and reproduce what I'm building here. Here I have an eventhouse which I will use to create my maps, to query and create my maps. Oh, but my data is not on the eventhouse, my data is on the Lakehouse. Yes, correct, my data is on the Lakehouse. This makes this example to be more complete. I'm showing that you can use a regular eventhouse, you can be receiving the data in the eventhouse and creating the map, but if your data is on a Lakehouse, you can also use the eventhouse as a bridge. You can create an eventhouse and take a shortcut to the Lakehouse. And this will allow you to use the eventhouse as the source for the map. Let's create a shortcut. New shortcut. One lake. I'll select my Lakehouse, Boston Lake. Next. Labels. Boston. Next. And the shortcut is created. I have my shortcut created in the eventhouse. Once my shortcut is created, I can use the query set linked to this eventhouse to create my queries for the map. This one is the query set linked to my eventhouse. The point is that only the query set linked to the eventhouse can be a source to the map. In this query set, first let me clean this first tab. I don't need these sample queries. I will rename the tab. Renaming the tab is very important because this name will be used as the name of a category in the map. That's it, the name of the tab will be a category in the map. Animal issues. Let me get a query to execute here. The animal issues open in the year of 2023. Execute. That's it. These are the issues. This is what I would like to display in the map. Let's create another tab. This other tab will be called housing. I use this query, This query shows the housing issues open in 2023. That's it. I have both queries for the map. My next step is to actually create the map. Here I have my Power BI workspace. Let's create a new item and select a map. The name of my map will be Boston Security. Create. When I first create the map is in viewing mode. I need to change the map to editing mode so I can make changes on the map, editing. And here we have the option to add a lake house as a source and an event house as a source. We can use more than one and we can use both types. Let me add the event house, add items. I'll select my event house, Boston data. My event house is available. Let me expand and take a look what is displayed here. Is the query set inside the event house. So I have the query set and my two tabs in the query set. In this case, these tabs can be included in the map. How I do so? Let's add show on map. It opens this wizard with a preview of the data. Next. And I need to choose the fields which I use for the location. In this case, I have the fields latitude and longitude. I have the fields latitude and longitude to define the location. Data refresh. Would I like to refresh this data? If this data is being updated, if it's a current data, I would like a refresh, a frequent refresh of the data in the map. Or maybe it's an old data and it's static, then I would not need the refresh. If it's real-time data, for sure I'll need the refresh. Then next and add to map. That's it. The animal issues are included in the map. I can click on these three dots in the layer and I can click in zoom to fit. And here I can see the animal issues which happen in Boston. I have here the animal issues configuration. I have the option for tooltips. I can select what I would like to include in the tooltips. I will choose a subcategory and I will choose the address. Then there it is. The subcategory of the issue is displayed together the address. They are the tooltips for my animal issues, for my layer. Each element which I add here is one layer, one data layer inside my map. In this case, for each tab, we are creating one data layer. And I will do the same for the housing. Housing, show map, next, latitude, longitude, next, add to map. That's it. And I can take a look on the properties of housing and select what will be displayed, subcategory and address as well. I want to display both. And here we see the housing issues. The housing issues together, the animal issues. Here we have a basic map we built using the information from two KQL queries from my event house, which in fact brings the information from a lake house using a shortcut. Thank you very much for watching and see you next week.